Good morning, my darling QP angels. Oh, that's so cute. I am still in my friend's dorm. We blew out a tire on her Nissan. We were going down a West Virginia back road, of course, and there was a giant stone in the road. It was dark out because it's like it feels like midnight by the time it's like 6 o'clock, man. But it was really dark out, and like we couldn't see the rock until like we were basically upon it. Because from a distance, I thought I didn't think it was in the road on our side, and like because the way the road was curved. But by the time we were approaching it, I didn't realize it was in our lane, and I didn't realize it was directly in our path. And it was just this massive stone, and it just destroyed the tire. And so that was a whole fiasco. So still here in this lovely little dorm. I really I'm so sorry. I just woke up. Like, I slept really good, though. I did not have any nightmares. Not really. No, I didn't have any nightmares. It was a really interesting dream, honestly. I was fighting with these, like, chicks. I don't know why I was fighting with them, but we were fighting. They thought I wanted their man, and it's like, bro, I'm not interested in your man. I'm more interested in you. But, oh my God. I got something in my eye. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I've been under a lot of stress because, like, been in a survival mode for a pretty damn long time. There's not been a lot of stability, and it's been wearing me down and taking a toll on my body. It's like, for being called survival mode, it surely feels like it's killing you. And it's like, so is there actually any survival? That's how it feels. Sorry, this eye has been irritated lately. Let's see. One of the nice things about being down here is I'm not really, like, around weed so much, so I don't have that temptation. I don't want to use it to, like, handle my pain anymore. I'm trying to do other things to maintain, my body and my health and my physical, feeling well. So I don't really know what's in my eye, and it's, like, bugging the hell out of me. I'm sorry. That's probably, like, so gross. Anywho. So I've been trying this novel idea. Instead of, like, doing destructive things under stress, like picking at my skin, which, as you guys can see, is starting to clear up. I'm starting to do a little bit better at it. And other, like, I guess, semi-destructive things. Rather than sulking and laying in bed, I'm actually, like, under distress, I am doing a lot of self-care. So it's like, yeah, like, I'm super stressed and I want to pick at my skin. So instead of picking at my skin, I'll, like, brush my hair, do my exercises to strengthen my joints so I stop dislocating them. Which, by the way, if you guys want a video where I show you guys the exercises I do, they're very low impact, they're very easy on you, and they're great for strengthening up the joints and everything if you're hypermobile like I am. Like I said in the past, I think I have anyway, I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. All my joints move too far to the point of dislocating, and I frequently dislocate my hips just walking. But lately, that has been less of a problem. They don't pop as far out now when I walk, like of their socket, and a lot less damage. I can feel it. A lot less damage is being done when it happens now, and it's a lot less frequent and it's a lot less severe. So I know for a fact that my exercises that I have been doing is working. And honestly, that's like really validating. And it's like, yay, I'm taking care of myself. Look at me being like, I don't know, self-care queen. And then I started doing other things. Like there are these like specific. Now with Ehlers-Danlos, you're not supposed to do yoga. However, there are some that release tension in the back. Those ones are okay. You just don't want to do the ones that have you doing like crazy flexible things, because you will dislocate your joints and do a lot of damage and hurt yourself pretty badly if you are someone with Ehlers-Danlos. If at the worst, at the very least, you'll make your joints too lax by overstretching them, and basically you're back on square one where they will pop out of place more. I actually turned on the heat. I'm actually comfortably very warm. I slept through the night, no nightmares. And like, I don't know, I'm just so relieved. I exercised yesterday before bed. I also like did other things that like I saw online were like very calming. And I think they helped. I genuinely do. Like, I don't know. I did a lot of things to like kind of like self-soothe and to kind of bring out some of that stress in a like non-negative manner. My darling got me this. It's like rose quartz. I think it feels really nice. And this is kind of what I've been doing when I want to touch my face, when I want to pick my face, when I want to explore my face in a way that I know is going to lead to me doing the thing that I do not want to be doing, that is incredibly damaging. Instead, I can just have this and it feels cool, it feels soothing. And it's like, okay, this is actually a really nice positive thing instead. And I think that it will do nice. So between that and plucking my like eyebrows and like any like little hairs I get on my face, because I pluck all the peach fuzz, I really do. I'm kind of crazy about it, but it's comforting. It also came with this heart shape rose quartz stone. This is my first time owning anything like this. As you guys know, I've been on a bit of a feminine journey, so it's like, okay, all of this girly stuff is a little bit new to me. I didn't really have a mom, and dad's kind of a psycho. But yeah, so I don't know, I just feel really good this morning because it's like I took really good care of myself yesterday in spite of being stressed, in spite of not feeling like it. And today I feel like I have finally seen the result of that, I guess. Because I've been trying to do this like self-care stuff for a while. I have a hard time up in Steubenville doing this stuff, taking care of myself. In Steubenville, it is so miserable. I feel so dead and defeated up there. And and then there's, like I said, there's just weed everywhere and other illicit substances that I'm not interested in. The other illicit substances, it's just a real downer though when you walk outside and you see people strung out all the time. It's just like total downer. It's like, oh, forgot about that fact of things. It's like there are 3 stores in Steubenville that are worth visiting for, in my opinion, but it is not worth living here, in my opinion. No offense to anyone who does live in Steubenville. I'm not even in Steubenville right now. I don't know why I said here, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Though it is relatively cheap, I will admit that, and there are a lot of shelters for the homeless that are basically like little tiny like homeless apartments, and they'll actually let you stay there a good while. My mom stayed in one for like 2 years. And frankly, if she couldn't find an apartment, they would have let her stay longer. And she had her own little apartment thing. The only downside is you don't get really any privacy and you have to obey their rules. Like, they do inspections in your room. But you do have, like, a door and you do get to close it and stuff. It's just, they also have a, like, intercom in your room. So if you're, like, if, at any point they could be listening in on you if you're, like, doing anything that you shouldn't be. But yeah, anyway. So, like, I have been strengthening my joints and I have been doing my safe, gentle yoga. Just the stuff to release tension in my back. One of them is child's pose. Everyone knows that one. But like I said, everyone who's familiar with yoga knows that one, I should say. Let me clarify and correct myself. Anyone who's not, I can show you guys at any point if you'd like. Like I said, I'm going to probably make a separate video full of these exercises, and a lot of them can be done right in bed, including the ones for the releasing the tension in the back, with the yoga ones. And another thing I did was I saw a video where it's like, hey, this is a way to like soothe your like nervous system or whatever, and you'll sleep through the night. And I was like, I'm desperate. I'll give it a try. What'll it hurt? So I laid on the floor and put my feet up on the wall, legs straight up, and then swayed them side to side, rolled them side to side, like, you know. And it's just like, I slept through the night. No nightmares. I did good. I feel like I mean, not quite like $1 million, but I at least feel like a 50. I'm no longer feeling like a really, really mangled penny in a very gross puddle that's super corroded. I no longer feel like that, so at least there's that. I'm pacing because I am an autistic person with ADHD, and I feel energy for the first time in a little bit, actually. I genuinely feel good. But, let me show you guys some new clothing I've got. Because, yeah, it's winter time and I finally have some winter clothing. It's a sweater dress with snowmen and stuff on it. I wish I could find one Hanukkah theme, but right now Hanukkah is kind of like, I don't know, Bath & Body Works has a Hanukkah scented candle. It's just, it smells terrible, sadly. And then there's this sweater dress. It actually matches one my dolls have, which is very exciting because I like matching with my little mini me, as I have mentioned in the past. And then I've got this green sparkly sweater dress. If you couldn't tell, in the winter time, I'm very much a sweater dress person. They're very comfy. And then there's this sweater dress. It's very ski vacation chic, in my opinion. I think it's very cute. I know that's like a really weird way to describe it. I'm still a little bit tired, still waking up. And then there's this, which is super 90s, and I love it. It's a turtleneck with this little romper thing. It's not a sweater dress, but it's still cute. And it still works for winter. Wear it with a nice, tasteful pair of leggings underneath, just like I would do with all of them. But, yep, those are my dresses and such. So, yeah, very excited about that. I'm so tired. And at Bath & Body Works, I also, they had this Emily in Paris red fuzzy heart bag and this little Emily in Paris, because I really do adore that show. I'm a huge fan of Lily Collins. I think she reminds me of Audrey Hepburn, and so like I have a certain fondness for her because Audrey Hepburn is my favorite old Hollywood star. It's just so classy, so poised. It's just like, that is everything I want to be. So I got this little camera thing. It's also Emily in Paris. It holds the hand sanitizer, and it really has a little button that makes it do the little clicky thing. And then the hand sanitizer, I'm going to go ahead and slide it out of there so you guys can see, is also Emily in Paris, and it is the Champagne in Paris scent. I sniffed them all before I chose one because I'm autistic and I cannot commit to a scent without first knowing if I'll like it. But let's see. But yeah, this purse is great. It's got just my essentials in it. Little tiny travel pack of tissues, couple crumpled up bills, Cash App card, ID, AirPods, lighter, matte lipstick, because God knows a girl always needs to have that. But yeah, and I think it's really cute. Now the next time I'm probably going to also, oh God, I'm sorry that my camera work is so shoddy. And these are the, this is one of my resistance bands. I actually use these for a lot of my strengthening exercises. So I think I might actually just go ahead and, regardless of whether you guys ask for it or not, make a video for y'all later anyway, showing you guys the exercises I do, because I haven't yet done those today. So that might be a good idea. I will say that I've noticed that my butt is more toned now, and my legs are much more toned now, much more muscular, much more defined. And I'm very pleased with that, honestly. It's like, ooh, nice gams, you know? But anyway, not me, like, low-key checking myself out and admiring the progress of my hard work. There's no shame in that. Let's see. Very, very thirsty, but I haven't yet got any tea. And those are none. We're going to drink a little bit of pickle juice. I need the electrolytes anyway, like really bad, which is why I drink it as much as I do. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just a chronically dehydrated bitch because my body doesn't regulate well. Now that my tongue's not sticking to everything inside of my mouth. Okay. I forget what I was saying. Like I said, I just woke up, so my brain's a little bit like everywhere. Like a bunch of marbles scattering. This is the first time I've woke up feeling good in a long time, so it's just like, wow, the possibilities are endless. But yeah, I've been doing a lot to take care of myself. Wearing my bonnet like I'm supposed to protect my hair at night. I did brush it literally right before recording. I know it looks a little bit unkempt. I'm going to be taking a shower after this video. So yeah, oh yes, now I remember where I was going with the conversation. So last night, Jordy was live. I actually was able to catch him right from the beginning, which is very rare. I never catch him from the beginning. And then I'm a dummy, okay? I'm a little bit irresponsible with my money. I'm not gonna lie. But I decided, you know what? I was having a really good night, and I sent him like a $5 super chat. And I was like, yeah, that'll be nice. And I just wanted, like, I told him about how, like, Girl World and his content, to some extent, as well as Shaun of Steel and Dr. Now, it's like a combination of No, why did I mess up my hair like that? That's really annoying. Like, in combination with Dr. Now and Shaun of Steel. So it's like I have like these three inspirations for like choosing to be a bariatric surgeon, and it's like it's something in the back of my mind I've wanted to do, and let's explore that. So anyway, I sent in a super chat telling Jordy that I start pre-med next fall, and that I was inspired to go to college to become a bariatric surgeon as a result of these combined factors. So I gave him, but because it was like I had limited amount of text, I just was basically like, you're one of the, like, you and Girl World is one of the inspirations behind it. And he was so genuinely touched. He was like, oh, wow, that's so great. Congratulations. That's such a big deal. And I don't know, it just made me feel so good. Like, thank you. I don't know. I would like to think that I would be like, I feel like I would be friends with Jordy. Like, if we knew each other IRL, I feel like we would be friends. But anyway, so the bariatric surgeon thing. So I have a hyperfixation, which has slowly turned into full-blown autism special interest, which means my whole life feels dedicated to it now. It's not just I'm fixated on this intensely, but only in spurts. Now it's like every day it's like, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what I'm researching. This is what I'm learning about. And I'm happy to be doing that. Oh, it's just, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the reason I decided to get into bariatric healthcare specifically versus other eating disorder treatment paths is because I want to be a medical professional of a more tangible sort. I don't want to be in the psychiatric field and limited within it. I do plan on double majoring and getting a psych degree. However, I do not want to be a psychiatrist. I do not want to be treating people psychologically for their disorder. I want to be dealing with the more physical, you know? I don't know. I feel like I'm a more hands-on person. Sitting there and talking is one thing, but it drains me very quickly, whereas something like surgery would be genuinely very interesting, and I would definitely dig that kind of thing. I happen to be pretty, sorry, it's really warm in here. It's my fault I turned up the heat because I get cold very easy, and I think that's part of why I slept so well, because it's like, the heat was up and I was like comfy, like proper comfy. I had it turned up to 85, and I was like, this is the comfiest sleep I've had in eons. But yeah, I don't know. I like, I'm fascinated by all of them, but I think that when it comes to the bariatric medicine, I find it most fascinating because of the fact that there are multiple different aspects to it. There's the psychiatric side of it. There's the dietary. There's the lifestyle changes you have to make. And then there's like the physical intervention and stuff aspect to it. We're going to go with this. This is messy. We're just looking like a mess. Like I said, I still got to take a shower real quick. It's just, I'm trying to be presentable for y'all, so it's pleasant to look at my face. My hair looks like, the curls look like a little heart. Kind of. Like, see? I don't know, I'm being silly. But yeah, Um, I forgot what I was saying. I'm so sorry. I got distracted. I could hear birds outside. I was like, oh, wow, birds. But anyway. So it's just, I don't know. I like hands-on kinds of things too. I think that's really it. And the fact that it's multifaceted makes it more interesting. And I don't know. It just feels like it would be more rewarding. Ultimately, like, I don't know. I watched the episodes of Dr. Now and then I'm like smiling the biggest, dumbest smile whenever they're succeeding and doing well. And I'm just like, yes, that's what I want to see. That's what I like to see. I don't enjoy the train wreck episodes. They make me so sad. It's like, no, this is not how I want this to go. I'm rooting for you. Like, I know some people watch just to see a train wreck, but I'm not that person. I'm watching because I'm rooting for the person in question. Even when they're awful, like Steven Assanti. Flipping his dad off when he asked for a slice of his pizza. Haven't eaten since 6 a.m., son. Can I get a slice? No. That's real nice. Classy. You really care so much about your family, bro. Anyway. Sorry, I watched that one pretty recently. Like literally yesterday. But that's okay. Now I'm watching Angie's Story, part 2. There are like 3 parts of this. But, so yeah, that's the primary reason. But in other news, I'm very excited because I might get to audit some classes with Cassie here, next semester, whenever it begins. And I'm super excited about the idea because my friend Cassie, she's also pre-med. So it actually works out. It's like we're both on a very similar path. And I don't know, like Cassie doesn't consume cannabis either, doesn't drink. So it's like, it's not going to be tempting to do these things because it's like, I don't know, it's hard to resist in a social setting, I guess. It's like, oh, everyone else is doing this. I don't want to be the odd one out who's not. And I don't know if that's just me being super autistic or what. It's like, oh no, I don't want to be the weird autistic who doesn't participate in the group activity. It's stupid. And I'm not gonna lie, the weed did become kind of a little bit of a problem there for a minute. I was kind of like depending on it to kind of like escape my life or whatever. And that's when it became a problem. It's like, okay, I'm no longer just using this to treat my pain and nausea and to make it to where I can maintain my body weight. I'm suddenly using it also to escape whatever's going on inside of my head. And that's not good. You gotta face that shit, or else it's just gonna hurt you more down the line. So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on bettering myself genuinely and just staying away from substances altogether, really. Except caffeine. Caffeine is my bitch. I love caffeine. Marry me, caffeine. I love you. I'm being silly, I know. But I don't know. I know that the caffeine is just me self-medicating my ADHD, but still. And now I'm just so addicted to caffeine, it just now keeps the headaches at bay. I need to stop caffeine. Honestly, though, I've also been drinking green tea a lot. It's anti-inflammatory, which is very good. I've noticed that it has a lot of very medicinal properties whenever I do drink it. I've noticed my inflammation is down, my pain is down, my skin clears up, my joints hurt a little bit less with my multiple conditions. And it's just like being disabled and staying in bed all the time and letting yourself think it hurts too much to get up traps you to that life. And I've noticed, oh my God. I'm sorry, it looked like she was cutting lines of illicit substances. Good Lord. I'm sorry, I thought that's supposed to make you thin. No, I'm just kidding. But no, she was just cleaning her table off. It looked like maybe it might be flour or something. My bad. But anyway, it's on mute, so I could be wrong. It could have been something more serious. I got sidetracked again. ADHD brain is really like that. Unfortunately, it takes a moment. You got to retrace your steps in your mind to get back to what you were saying. Let's see. So I got distracted by her. Before that, I was talking about auditing classes. Oh, yes. So it's like, and after I talked about auditing classes I'm going to return to that point, I promise. I was talking about how when you experience pain regularly, it's easy to confine yourself to that hell. But the thing is, the more you stay in the bed, the worse it gets and the more disabled you become. And this same thing is true for these 600-pound plus people. This is fundamentally crucial to understand. If you have any ambulatory capacity, if you have any mobility whatsoever, do not allow yourself to become bedbound prematurely. Because you will end up in hell. I promise you that. My joints are not dislocating as much as I'm physically doing more, as I'm strengthening them. I'm working at maintaining. That's the thing. When you're disabled, you have a responsibility now. And it sucks. It does. Because some days you don't feel good. Some days you just don't have the energy to do it. And that's okay. Some days you can rest. Sometimes you need to. Especially as a disabled person, you need to listen to your body. Last thing you want to do is push yourself into a flare. But it's very crucial to at least do a little bit. At least get out of bed. At least hydrate. At least move a little. Maybe just walk a little. If it's just walking around your room just a little bit for 5 minutes, that's still more than just staying in bed all day. And so it's just like, I don't know, I feel like that's very crucial to realize, is the fact that sometimes we defeat ourselves. And it's hard to get out of that, where you defeat yourself mentally because of all the pain wearing down on you. And I understand that's a hard thing of course I understand that's a hard thing to get through. I'm a disabled person. I was trying to get through it. But yeah, I'm doing a lot more to try to be better about that, though. And I've been consistent, and I'm finally starting to see the results and starting to finally notice. It's like, oh, you might not notice them out the gate, but over time you're like, wow, I haven't dislocated my hip 500 times just walking from the parking lot into the entry of the store. It's only slightly subluxed, not fully dislocated. Just an incy bit twice. And that is a huge improvement. Partial subluxation, especially with as minor as it's become now, as I've strengthened the joints, has been a lot less painful and a lot less damaging than the worst subluxation and full dislocations I was just experiencing before. I did wrench my left hip out. That is my worst hip. The other day, just adjusting my position in bed. And it was the first time I did something like that in a while. My shoulders, I need to work on more. I don't have a whole lot of upper body strength, and I need to work on that more. I don't know. I don't know where to start with those exercises exactly. Like leg exercises, I was a soccer player. I know exactly what to do to strengthen those. I know exactly what to do to strengthen my joints. I know exactly what I did in the past to do it. it was accidental that it worked, but it worked. And so it's just like, I knew what I did in the past to strengthen those. I didn't used to have shoulder issues with dislocating or subluxing my shoulders, so I didn't know, like, I've never had to deal with them before. I've never had to worry about strengthening them. They were always just like an afterthought. It's like, my arms are fine. I don't need to do anything. And now I'm just like, oh, well, now what do I do? Because I was playing pool and my shoulder got really messed up for several days because of it. And it's just like, okay, now what? Now it's feeling a lot better though, luckily. Like, I just subluxed it really badly. Like, I wrenched it pretty bad. So yeah. That's just what I, like, wanted to say on the topic of, like, disability and allowing it to kind of defeat you mentally and also physically, and how I have been fighting against that and fighting back. As you can see, I am pacing the floor again. Just to keep myself moving, keep the blood flowing. You know, it's very important because, like, you know, it kind of keeps my blood pressure from getting too low as well. So, which is also very good because I have a lot of dysautonomia, which means a lot of my body's self-regulating systems don't actually properly work. So I cannot regulate my body temperature. I cannot tell when I'm hungry or when I'm full. Well, actually, I can tell when I'm full. I feel full all the time, half the time, actually. I take a sip and it's like, my stomach's like, no, fuck you, stop. But that's because it's a big baby because of my medication. So, that one I can't even credit to the dysautonomia. Yeah. Anyway, I might take a nap after this. I'm tired. Pretty serious sleep debt. Like, today I woke up at 7 and that's like the longest I've slept in a long time. Like, sleeping in until 7, that's the longest I've slept in for quite a while. And it's like, this has been nice. I won't make a habit of it though. Hopefully. To be fair, I did get to bed very late last night, and I will try not to make a habit of that as well, because it's not very good for me, but I was up so late because I was watching the Jordy live stream, and I was like, I'm up past my bedtime, but I want to finish this through, and I did. I watched it from beginning to end completely, and it was like, yes, finally, when I caught from the very beginning and watched all the way through to the end and did not fall asleep, because usually I fall asleep. I felt very accomplished, but I think because I sent that super chat, that's why I was sitting there like, no, I have to stay awake. I have to see him address this. I have to see how he responds to that. I need to hear him say he's proud of me. But yeah, I know, it's so silly. I seek validation from, like, people who inspire me. Whatever. So yeah. Back on the topic of auditing classes at the college. I'm very hopeful about that. It'll give me kind of like an idea and help me to kind of like see what I'm getting into to an extent. So I'm more prepared and less frightened, because I'm not gonna lie, my anxiety is through the roof. I'm like, oh no, what if I go to college and it turns out I suck and I'm actually no good at any of this, and I'm actually like, don't have what it takes. And it's like, I know that I'm very smart. Like, I know that I could. The colleges don't just give you a scholarship that's basically all of tuition just for the hell of it. You know? So, like, I know it's something. I know there is something. I'm just terrified of the pressure and somehow falling short or failing. And like, I think that as I become more exposed to the college environment, I will be more put at ease and no longer feeling so frightened by this unfamiliar idea. And I'll be like, okay, I know what I'm doing now. I know what to expect. This is how the dynamic of the classroom, this is the environment, and this is how it works, and this is how I work within it. And that's what I'm looking to do. And plus, it's like I said, she's pre-med, so it's like some pre-studying before the actual studying. You know, some pre-gaming my courses. I think that's a really good thing to do, a really good strat. So yeah. And for work, I'm probably going to sell feet pictures on Feet Finder or something. You guys probably think I'm joking, but I'm actually not. That's how I'm going to get through college. I have pretty feet. So yeah. Selling feet pics is how I'm going to get through college without having to also balance a job. So yeah. I'm very excited about that. I actually can't wait for the next semester to begin so I can actually begin auditing classes and feel like I'm doing something, because it's like, yay, I'm learning something, and I'm so excited to learn. I'm always so excited to learn. I'm just like, but yeah. I do know that I do excel in certain areas, like the scientific fields. I do excel quite well in those. Back in high school, my physiology and anatomy class, not only did I pass, but I passed with over a 100A, because like I passed with extra bonus points on top of already having a 100A. And it was just like, I wiped the floor with that class. Like in that class, I was like, this class is nothing. And I still retained a lot of that information. It was anatomy and physiology, senior year of high school. Probably one of my favorite classes that I've had throughout the entirety of my high school career. That and biology. And of course my art class, duh. Art is a no-brainer though. That's more of a like, that was more like therapy. It was like, this is where I come to decompress. This is like, you know, it wasn't like so much like, oh, I enjoyed this class because of the learning. I'm here because it helps me to calm and balance. It had nothing to do with the learning. As far as the actual learning aspect goes, my favorite classes were the science classes. They were the biology and the physiology and anatomy classes. This is such a lengthy video. I'm so sorry. I'm getting a laptop soon, so hopefully I'll be able to actually edit these better and cut out all those moments where I'm like, and also cut out the moments where there's dead air or where I'm fumbling or distracted or like, oh, wow, look at what's on the TV or something stupid. Oh, look, I heard a bird. ADHD. I'm hoping that I'll get medicated before I go to college next fall. Because quite frankly, if I'm not medicated for my ADHD, I am shot in the foot before I even start the race. Frankly. So, I absolutely need to get my ADHD under control and medicated. That is an absolute must, and luckily I have the rest of winter, spring, and summer to get that sorted. Let's see. Additionally, I'm just so excited about all of it, you know, everything's gonna be great. And my other friend, Voy, her birthday's coming up in January, and we're gonna do like this big birthday party thing in Pittsburgh, which is exciting. I love Pittsburgh so much. But yeah, could you? Oh, good Lord. Oh, and another thing that I've been doing is I've been also doing a lot of like research on a lot of different things, like different lectures and stuff given by different like already established like doctors and such. looking into papers written by them and other educational things like that. And I think that that's also very helpful going into this. So yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm trying to get, make sure that I have the best chance I have before I jump into this, because this is do or die. I gotta lock in. I cannot fail this. I cannot fumble this. Got one shot. Do not miss your opportunity. So yeah. Honestly, I would sell a kidney. Maybe not my own, but I would sell a kidney for legal reasons. That's a joke. I have lupus. My kidneys are worthless. I'm sorry. To actually be able to learn under the likes of Dr. Now, because he pioneered what has become pretty standard now. And I think, like, he helped to pioneer that. And it's like, I think that that's pretty freaking impressive. Like, that's pretty badass. And that would be, like, a really huge honor for me. But, that's just me. We all have heroes and people who inspire us and we look up to. And mine just happened to be Shaun of Steel, Dr. Now, and oh, Lordy, it's Jordy. Oh, fuck, it's Jordy. Oh, man, and I love the community and the live streams, and oh, Lordy, it's Jordy. It's like, we're all a bunch of people trying to better our lives and looking at Amber Lynn's train wreck of a life and being like, girl, seriously? And it's like, she inspires us to do better with our lives so that we're not in the same predicament, because she is miserable and it's of her own making. And I think that that's the thing that she doesn't want to admit to herself. And as long as she continues to refuse that, as long as she continues to shift the blame of her misery onto other things, she will never be able to face it and fix it. So, yeah. Cleaning up a little bit. Putting the empty plastic bottles into the recycling bin. We're so green and conscious here, eco-conscious or whatever. But yeah, and I don't know, my friend is also disabled as well and chronically ill and has a lot to overcome as well. And it's nice to be around other people who get it and who are also fighting through it. And we actually have a lot of overlap. She has generalized hypermobility disorder, which is very similar in the physical attributes. The only difference between what she has and what I have is, with what I have, I also have other defective aspects to things. Like, I have a mitral valve prolapse, which causes a pretty interesting heart murmur. And she does not, and I think that's like the biggest thing. She's like, oh, that's the biggest thing that's different between us. And it's like, so she has the hypermobility, so her joints do the bendy thing too far, but like, that's, and she does experience some of the other things, like the fragile skin. And she has an autoimmune disease as well, because these things like to come in packs. And so she also has a lot of dysautonomia issues as well. And it's just like, it's not only nice to have a friend who gets it and understands and doesn't think that you're lying or exaggerating, because a lot of my able-bodied friends don't understand. And I don't blame them. I don't expect them to. I hope they never understand, frankly. Like, I'm not mad that they don't understand. But sometimes it's just nice to be seen and understood. And it's... I'm so tired. That sleep debt is starting to catch up. I'm starting to be like, ugh. It's crashing down on me now. I'm gonna have oatmeal for breakfast. It's gonna be so yummy. I've discovered this like flavor of oatmeal. So good. But I'm not making it just yet. I'm gonna record this video first. But anyway. So it's just, and so she knows and understands how to get accommodations in a college setting. And I think that that's also going to be very helpful and very nice to have that support system for. It's like, okay. And then whenever things don't go well for college, it's like we can just bitch and moan at each other, be like, oh my God, this professor just doesn't care. He's not accommodating me, and the college is trying to crack down on it, but he's being a baby about it and taking it out on me. There are professors like that, unfortunately. But anyway, that's enough rambling for one morning. Maybe later on today I'd like to like, oh, actually I have big plans today. Big plans. Going to Wheeling. Going to Wheeling University later to get the ball rolling on my FAFSA shit and figuring all that stuff out and consulting with them and everything like that. What else am I doing? Going back to Steubenville to pack up my stuff. Put gas in my truck. Yeah, put gas in my truck. Yeah, I guess those crumpled up dollars in that purse are going into the gas tank. Because I can't afford to cut into any more. Monies. But yeah. I'm really hopeful that we do some DoorDash today to earn some money. Because it's like, the panic is like, feels so real. Yeah, so it's like between Feet Finders and DoorDash, that's how we're going to make ends meet. We're going to be like roommates and everything, and it's going to be cool. We're going to get an apartment and go to college and stuff. And so it's like we're both going to be on the same track, and like there's not going to be like late nights partying or anything crazy like that. It's just going to be like, okay, late nights studying and stuff like that. And I think that's, pretty nice, pretty okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you guys watched this long, I'm kind of freaking impressed. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry that like it's like so all over the place and disorganized and stuff. But I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys are having a great day. If there's anything like exciting, like let's keep the positivity train going. If there's anything like good, positive, or exciting going on in your life, drop it in the comments below. Let's hear about it. Let's just like think of things that we're grateful for and things that are good in our life. And even though some things are dark and bleak at the moment, like being disabled or homeless, there are still things to look forward to. There are still positive things. So I hope that you guys have a great day. I hope you guys like the video. Hope I haven't been too annoying and rambly. ADHD conversations are a wild trip. I look forward to when I'm medicated. Maybe I'll actually sound like a sane person. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.